This has to be one of the best features on this mower, if not one of the best features on any mower. Hey guys and gals, welcome to Garage Gear. I'm JB. This is the Honda HRN216 VKA, and this is the Honda HRX217 VKA. Both are excellent choices and different in their own ways. Let's compare the two and see which one is best for you and your lawn. And just so we're clear here, this Honda HRN belongs to me, and this Honda HRX belongs to my neighbor. This review is not sponsored, so you know you're getting an honest review. Let's dive right into where both these Hondas are made. Both are built right here in the USA. And when the push comes to shove, how much do each of these mowers weigh? The Honda HRN, 79 pounds. The Honda HRX, 89 pounds. 10-pound difference, but if you're looking for a mower that's going to be easier to navigate around your yard, the HRN is going to be a little lighter and a little less taxing on your body. HRN takes the lead right out of the gate. Next up, the decks. The HRN has a 16-gauge steel deck. The HRX has a plastic neck sight deck. This is a tough one, and so are both of these decks, but if we have a closer look here, the HRN, after about 4 years of regular use, has a lot of this going on. Yes, it may look like it's starting to rust, but the big issue here is that the finish is starting to wear off. This is expected because it's a high impact area. It's busier than a beehive under there. Now, you may also be concerned about all the plastic here on the HRX, but this is extremely durable. I actually saw somebody drive a truck right over the front of this deck and it was completely fine. That's pretty impressive. In terms of longevity, we're gonna go here with the neck sight deck. HRX strikes back. Now, if you know Honda, you know that they last and last. Honda makes some good engines. These ones are decent, but in my experience, the older ones are better. The HRN has a GCV 170cc engine. The HRX has a GCV 200cc engine. Little bit more power there. Many subscribers here on the channel love both these engines, claiming that they run great and they last a long time. In terms of power here, the HRN with a 170cc engine provides plenty of power for the average homeowner. When does the VTEC kick in? It takes a lot to bog that thing down, and you really have to mow through some tall grass to make that happen. But if you really want to power your way through your mow, the HRX with the 200cc engine will do it without breaking a sweat. HRX takes another W. And to help this video get a W with the YouTube algorithm, would you mind hitting that like button? Thank you. Now, which one is more fuel efficient? After mowing my 10,000 square foot lawn hundreds of times with the Honda HRN, I can safely say that I use only about 2/3 to maybe 3/4 of a gas tank. That's super fuel efficient. The HRX will get it done, but not with much left in the tank. The HRN grabs a point here. Gas tank sizes are exactly the same size here at 0.24 gallons. Side note, they both have super wide mouths, which make pouring a lot easier. And if we look down deeper, you see this little notch right here? That's where the manual recommends filling this gas tank up to. Both will start in about 1 to 2 pulls. And if you're looking to get the electric start on either model, this will be an additional expense as you move up to the next level in each model. This one is literally tied at the starter rope. Oil changes, same exact thing on each. Tip it and pour it right out. Super simple. We're tying these things up left and right here. Air filter assemblies. Super easy to change these out. Pop the tabs on the top and swap them. Buyer beware though, if you start ramming this mower underneath some bushes, you risk knocking these off and possibly getting them shredded up underneath the mower. Ask me how I know that. Looks like we're all tied up. Again. Now let's talk about where the rubber meets the road, or the lawn. The HRN wheels are made of a durable plastic and are just shy of 8 inches tall. You will get a few years out of them before you need to replace them, but the HRX wheels are made of rubber and stand 8 3/4 inches tall. You get better grip and longer tread life. And because of each of those 4 wheels, HRN takes a big win here. And if you're looking to save some money on not buying new wheels all the time, you could try retreading them like I did in a previous video. I'll have that video linked down below in the description. It gave those wheels tons of extra grip, and that tread will last for many, many more years now. Super cheap and effective. Now, as we look closer at the HRN plastic wheels, they actually have a plastic tubular hole inside in which a metal shaft goes through. This is not specifically a design that's gonna last forever, but if you keep it lubricated with something like red and tacky grease, that will help prolong the life of the wheel. The HRX wheels have ball bearings inside, which make the whole unit roll a lot easier. The HRX keeps things rolling along with another point here. The height adjusters. The height adjusters on the HRN allow you to set the deck from 1 inch all the way up to 4 inches high. You can mow some really tall grass with the HRN. But if you're looking to go lower than that, the HRX can actually go down to 3/4 of an inch and all the way up to 4 inches. The HRX gets pretty low for that point. Mowing capabilities. With a simple shift of the lever, the HRN can move from bagging to mulching to rear discharging. The HRX though is a little different. The HRX can rear discharge as well as bag, mulch, and a little bit of both. This has to be one of the best features on this mower, if not one of the best features on any mower. This is actually why they call it a 4-in-1. Because if you're mowing along and let's say there's lots of leaves on your yard in the fall, what you could actually do is set it maybe somewhere in the middle and this would allow you to bag up some of the leaves, but at the same time, you would actually be able to mulch up some of the leaves too, putting those nutrients back into your soil. Pretty cool, and not many other mowers can do something like this. Versatility wins, and that's a huge win for HRX. That one should almost be a 2-pointer. Bag size. The Honda HRN has a 1.9 bushel bag. HRX has a 2.5 bushel bag. I will say this, each mower slices the clippings super fine, so you can really pack these bags. Since you get a bigger bag with the HRX gets another point. I've also heard from some subscribers that you can take an HRX bag and pop it on an HRN. Well, let's test it. We're then gonna pop off the HRN, grab our HRX bag, and what do you know? It does fit. Check that thing out. That actually does fit pretty nice. Now, one other thing that some subscribers have mentioned, that is if you place a larger bag on the back of this unit, because it's lighter, like we mentioned earlier in the video, it will start to become rear heavy, and that could actually lift up the front of this mower, and that could hinder your cut, so be cautious of that. Now, moving our way up to the handlebars on each mower, the HRN has 2 height adjustments. The HRX has 3. Added point for HRX. Drive systems. Both are rear-wheel drive, and both are pretty similar in style. They both have this Xbox-like controller up top, and the harder you push, the faster you go. The HRN has these thumb paddles here, and it's fully adjustable, so you can set it to your liking. The HRX has more of a palm paddle here, and the speed here is also adjustable. Both work great in their own ways, and are tried and true, unlike some other brands. So between the 2 drive systems, we have a tie here. But if we take a look at the shape of the handlebars, the HRX kind of comes to points here up in the corners. This can make turning in tight spaces a little difficult. The HRN handlebars are a bit more rounded, so HRN gets a win. Deck suction. Both mowers seem to lift the blades of grass up about the same. When the bags are attached, they really sucked well. Are we still talking about mowers here? Whatever. Another tie. Mowing tall grass. Each of these engines fights through it with ease, and both do leave a few clippings behind when in mulch mode and the grass is taller. This can be a chore for just about any mower. Mower? I don't even know her. Another tie. Cut quality. Which one's the leader here? Before we get into that, let's see what both of these mowers are working with. Both mowers have a dual blade design. This does a really nice job slicing up clippings into super fine particles. And for me, cut quality is probably one of the biggest reasons I buy a specific mower. If you're like me, you really care about how your lawn looks after it's mowed. And that's cool. From far away, both mowers delivered a really clean cut following the 1/3 rule. And after some close inspection, here's what I found after mulching with both mowers. Now, if we take a look at which one mulched better, here is our dividing line all the way down. This side was the HRN, and this side was the HRX. I'm gonna call this one a dead-on tie. I don't know if the camera's making it look any different, but it looks so close, it's too difficult to tell. And after bagging with both mowers, here's what I found. So now over here, to test which mower bags better, what I decided to do was follow this line up, and that leads us to this stubby sky pencil right here in the middle. That is our dividing line. So this side was the HRN, and this side was the HRX. From this angle, you can't really see too much of a difference the way the sun is hitting it. Let's take a look at the other side. To my eyes here on this side, the dark green and light green lines really seem to pop a little bit more thanks to the HRN with the bagger on. Now if we come over here to this side with the HRX, the white lines don't seem to pop quite as much as they did over there with the HRN. Even from super high up, the lines seem to be a bit more definitive here with the HRN on this side. Each mower did seem to lay down some really nice stripes too, but if you're really looking to make your lawn pop, you're gonna need a striping kit. I'll have one link down below in the description. Now here's a few other highly important Honda details that you need to know about each of these mowers. First off, as of 2023, Honda announced that they were officially done making lawnmowers. Then they had a huge engine camshaft recall and stop sale later that year. Then they went back and fixed all their camshaft issues. And they left a few ways of telling if your engine had been cleared of these problems or not. I'll have a video with more information on what to specifically look for on these mowers linked down below in the description. With all that being said, it's a huge shame to see Honda bowing out of the lawnmower game. Hands down, they make a great mower. And parts should still be available for a while because they're still selling them overseas, just not here in the US. If you need a mower, I recommend going out and getting one while you still can. They come with 3-year warranties, and it's a good idea to fill those out ASAP. Looks like the Honda HRX came out on top on this one, but that's kind of expected because of all those additional features that it has. Between these two mowers, you'll have to see which features fit you and your lawn best. These mowers are dirty. I'm gonna send this back to Brian just the way it is, covered in pollen. For more cool garage gear content, click or tap the screen right here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the garage.